Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Relentless and Unstoppable. Hope you're having a great weekend, and today we have Mason Milne with us. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Doug. It's great to be here on your podcast, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Tell everybody where you're at the moment.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mason, as Doug lovely said, and I am from in the UK. So, not that far from London, really. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, what are you famous for on Instagram and all that?
I guess you could say I'm great for advocating for autism and also Crohn's, which I have as well. So I like to raise awareness as much as I can and tell other people's stories as well. So that's what I like to do. But yeah,
Awesome. Where are you originally from?
I'm from where I live now in the UK. I've never been outside the UK, so I've always been here. But yeah, I've always lived around here.
Awesome. What was your upbringing like?
My upbringing was, I guess, not. It was great. But when I got a diagnosis of autism, that kind of changed things a little bit. Really. Getting that diagnosis when I was 9. So yeah, when I got that diagnosis, things maybe changed a little bit, but it was for the better.
Yeah, what was that like, and what age were you when you were diagnosed?
I was 9. I was 9 when I was diagnosed, and at the time, I didn't really know anything about autism. So it's kind of learning as I got older, really, to understand what autism was, trying to get the good support that I needed as well, because back when I was diagnosed, maybe not as much knowledge around it is like it's much better now than it was then, with autism knowledge.
Yeah, for sure. I have a couple friends that have autism and they were born in the 80s, which is like the ancient times for autism.
Yeah, uh, yeah, old.
Yeah, so when did you get Crohn's disease diagnosed?
I got that in 2017. So it will be 6 years this October. Since I was diagnosed. So it makes me feel old, really. But yeah, I was diagnosed in 2017.
Ah, okay. What was that like when you were diagnosed? Like, what led up to it?
Well, before I was diagnosed, I lost a lot of weight. A lot of weight. Throughout that year, and then I started getting pain, quite a lot of pain. So like around my stomach area, and it was like really sore pain. And yeah, that kind of led up to try and getting seen. Because at the time I never knew what Crohn's was. Um, Similar concept when I was diagnosed with autism, I didn't know what autism was, so it was all fairly new for me, kind of understanding what it all was. And then eventually I did get a diagnosis, but I had to family had to fight to get that diagnosis.
Yeah, for sure. You know, that's a tough deal. What do you do and to take care of it, and what does Crohn's disease do?
So what Crohn's disease is, it affects everyone differently. So what it is, it's like your body is attacking itself. And like everyone's different. So for me to take care of it, I take medication. So at the minute, I take Humira. So I have that injection every 2 weeks. And I also take vitamin D because with Crohn's it could affect maybe fatigue quite bad. So you feel really tired all the time, especially when you're doing activities. So I take that. I take something called azathioprine, which dampens my immune system. Most drugs I am dampen my immune system, so I'm quite susceptible to catching other things more easily. So I'm always having to be careful and everything like that. So yeah, so it affects everyone differently. But I'd say I'm doing okay at the moment with it as well. So yeah, and then probably 2020, is when I decided to kind of start to raise awareness more publicly when the pandemic really started, really. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit what Crohn's is.
Ah, okay. Yeah, the global pandemic changed a lot. That was a big year for me as well because I quit my soda addiction.
Yeah,
Yeah. I see you have a
kind of.
couple teddy bears behind you. Who are they?
Oh, they are builder bears. So I've heard part of my autism. I love collecting teddies and plushies. It's one of my interests. And they are like because one of my main interests is Doctor Who. So you see TARDIS there, but you've got like these teddies are like K9. And then you've got the 13th Doctor, and then behind that is the 10th Doctor. And yeah, builder bears. But I like the dog because the dog is a rare one to find. But yeah, I love collecting.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There was a point where I collected stuffed animals too growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good fun.
I couldn't tell if it was the teddy bear from the Ted movies. I couldn't
They look
tell.
similar. I do like the Ted movies. They were great.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, really funny.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, what else do you do to advocate for autism and Crohn's? Just your podcast, or have you been in public activities?
Um, Actually, I did it on my podcast, but I did other stuff like not too long ago, I was on a Zoom call with over 80 people, 80 people in sport. So I think what the focus was, I was explaining about my autism and like growing up in schools because I went to a few different schools. And what I was saying because like in sports there's normally the same sports every year, and I was saying that can't we change a little bit about like have new sports, but new sports that like we could try because not everyone if it's to do with autism or maybe like a health condition, not everyone can physically take part in these activities all the time. So I had that meeting, and late last year I did a talent show, an autism talent show where people can just show off their talent. Well, there's no overall winner. That was the best part of it, where people just having fun and taking part. And yeah, that is kind of linked in with autism. So I do a lot of work outside of podcast, but it's always nice to hear other people's stories as well.
Yeah, I have a story involving a talent show as well. Talent shows are a good way for people on the spectrum, in my opinion, to showcase what they can do and what they can offer the world. And many years ago, when I was in middle school, I actually was part of the middle school talent show in my hometown of Estes Park, and it was a very good moment for me because it was me stepping out of my comfort zone. And what I did was I sang a rendition of Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin. And I went spectacular about it. I had my science teacher in a fishy ocean like appearance. And then I had a couple backup singers, and then I had ballroom dancers dance while I was reciting it. It was a lot of fun, and it's even on my YouTube channel in one of the previous videos. It
Yeah,
was awesome, a lot of fun.
sounds it. It sounds really fun.
Yeah. And then my good friend Damien did a rendition. He did a talent as well. He has a ventriloquist dummy named Bubba Hare, and performed a ventriloquist act after my performance. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That is very, very good because I think that they do those kind of acts really well. Like because like with the puppet and like it's speaking, it's all really good fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Do you do other activities for Crohn's disease awareness like you do with autism, or are you just new to Crohn's?
Like I do anything I can. Like I've done in the past. Like last year I did a it wasn't certain for like Crohn's and that. It was I did it for a charity called Rare Diseases, which kind of like not just Crohn's, like all kind of diseases. And I did it. I did a skydive last year for my birthday, and I raised money for that, like for rare diseases, and yeah, and then I jumped out of a plane. So that was good fun. And then I in the past I've done a walk it. So in London, there was it's short, probably a year or so or two after my diagnosis of Crohn's. There's a charity in the UK called Crohn's and Colitis UK. And colitis isn't the same bracket as Crohn's. Like all under the bracket called inflammatory bowel disease, so IBD. And then what was cool about it, I went to London and it was called a Crohn's and colitis walk it. So basically you just walk around London for like however long you like, and then you you'll wear purple because purple is the Crohn's colour, and you can meet other people who have Crohn's. And I got my face painted, which is really cool. So there's all sort of different activities that you can do, um, like just outdoors and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. What are your hopes for the future doing it?
I would like to just, I guess, make more people aware of it, like Crohn's and autism, because I think, especially since I got diagnosed with Crohn's, there's been a lot more better research of it. A lot more people are sharing their stories, and I think it's great, like just to see other people sharing their journeys and to because I think that's what it's all about. And the more people that do that, and the more people have these like autism, Crohn's, the more people share their own journeys, like it'll make a bigger difference to the future.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. And you're definitely inspirational. I really watched your podcast. It's just awesome what you're doing.
Thank you, Doug. I think yours is it's great too. It's great we got our podcast going.
Yeah, for sure. That's all we have for now, but we'll definitely bring you back on in the future when you
Mhm.
continue achieving big things.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be more than happy to come back on your podcast.
Yeah, for sure. So, where can people find you?
They can find me. So you can find my podcast is called Crohn's and Autism Awareness Advocate. So you can find that on Spotify and all the music platforms. But on like Instagram, my name is there's autistic advocate for Crohn's. That's the same on YouTube and on Facebook. My Facebook page is called My Journey with Crohn's Disease and Autism. So they're all that's where you can find me.
All right, that's awesome. So, everybody, I'd like to thank Mason for appearing on the channel. And please check him out on Instagram and his podcast on Anchor and all that. And we'll see you next week for the next episode.